Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you watched last week's video, you may have noticed that I might have destroyed my boats. Well, I guess I kind of did destroy the boats. There's a good amount of damage. Yeah, this was really fun to find last week. Anyways, what happened was I left the boats out last fall, and snow started coming down. Kind of was like, oh, I'll get to putting the boats away. More snow came down. I was like, oh, I'll get to putting the boats away. More snow came down. Kind of forgot the boats were there buried in the snow. Many snow blowings later of piling heavy wet snow onto the hulls of our boat, and they got crushed. So I've been pretty upset because I've been wanting to get out and fish and canoe camp, and this is the season where you get all excited for it, and I destroyed my boats. So what I had done is I ordered some fiberglass kits and some resin and stuff, and I've been waiting eagerly to get those kits so that I can try to repair the boats. Funk's here is a little worse off than mine. As you can see, there was definitely some cracks, and hers kind of blew all the way through the hull, and she had kind of double crunches, and it was way more flattened out and way worse than my boat. See, my boat just had the kind of cracks in the paint there, and then the Kevlar. It's got this nice split all the way across the hollow side there in the middle of my boat, which is not so good because that yellow spot is hollow and kind of helps it float. Anyways, Funk's is split right through the hull, and hers is a much longer split, so hers was worried. So anyways, and here's her nose. I crushed that too. So I have to fix this all up and see if I can get these boats to float. So finally, the resin kits came in. I started out first by sanding down all the rough damage, and any spot that was raised. Started with the inside here. Definitely wanted to get that sanded down and smooth and, ready, and a little roughed up also to apply the fiberglass and the resin. I made sure to get all the sides out. Any spot that was kind of overlapped and cracked, I tried my best to wedge it so that the cracks were kind of sitting on top of each other, not blown out and all terrible. So Funk's, I realized that I probably am going to save hers for another day to make sure this works first. As you can see, that whole rounded piece there, hers is double cracked, so it's floppy and loose, and I just don't know if this fiberglass is going to work, so I'm holding off on hers to test mine out first and make sure that it works. The next step that I did is I took some rubbing alcohol and really cleaned off all the dust and dirt and everything that I got everywhere, and just made sure that it was nice and clean and ready to do the rest. So the next step was to measure out the cracks and kind of get a rough estimate of what kind of pieces of the fiberglass that I needed to cut and get prepared. I don't like messing around with fiberglass too much. I haven't ever worked with it before, but I've played with one of those fiberglass poles as a kid, and you get the splinters in your hands, and didn't feel like doing that, so I put on some gloves before cutting the pieces and working with it. The next step was to mix the fiberglass resin stuff. I don't even know what kind of chemical it was, but I had to mix that with the hardener. And it did not say how long I had till it set. So I was working kind of quick here, and I just kind of left the camera recording as I did this. So the first thing I was going to do the inside so that I could let that dry as I did the outside. But I wanted to, you want to lay it down first, the resin, and coat it down, and then you lay your fiberglass over it. So I did it nice and good, and I'm making extra care to not spill any and make it nice and neat. I'm not a messy person, so I was making sure to not get any drips anywhere that didn't need to be, and I was doing a nice little thin coat. So as I was doing this, I realized something about this. Oh no. Oh no! Oh jeez! Dang it! Oh, it's all falling apart. Yeah, so I didn't know that, but whatever kind of resin this is, it eats plastic. It eats right through the plastic cup. So I put it in the second cup, and that doesn't go that well later. But as you can see, I didn't get any resin anywhere on the boat that it didn't need to be. That's not really a pool of resin there. But anyways, here I'm laying on the fiberglass sheets, and I'm just kind of sticking them on there first, and then I'm going to smooth out and get the bubbles out in a second. The other nice thing about doing this is that as soon as I got my boat in here to do this, the garage door broke, so I couldn't open the door to get the fumes out of here. So I'm just breathing in these terrible chemicals, but you know, that'll probably affect me later, give me some brain damage or something, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So as you can see, I'm taking great care to not get any drips anywhere. Once again, I'm making sure it's nice and neat, and I'm really good at this sort of stuff. I'm really meticulous. I don't know what the word is, but I'm very careful. So I'm just putting on more, getting all the resin I did on the inside and the outside, both sides of the boat, and just kind of finishing up here. Now, like I said, I've never done any work with fiberglass or patches like this. The most I've ever done is just slap epoxy all over my boat. So, you know, it may not be the prettiest thing, but I kind of just don't care. I just was making sure that my boat was going to be waterproof, and I just wanted to use as much material as possible to make these nasty cracks kind of just fill in and my boat to be sturdy. If any custom car body repair workshops are hiring, let me know. Just send me your info down in the comments, because I do some pristine repair jobs. Look at that, beautiful. You can't even tell there's a patch there. So after letting it cure and get nice and hard, I sanded down any of the rough edges and got it pretty much ready to go. I did this. This was actually today. This was earlier today is when I did this. But as soon as it was cured enough, I got right to sanding it because I was pretty eager. I got it pretty much as smooth, like I said. You can't even tell that it's there. It looks fine. Alright, it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but I don't really care about looks. I mean, look at me. You think I care about looks? So it's smooth. I left, you can see, we'll flip it over and show you, but it's see-through right there. That's just the Kevlar underneath that. I might put a second layer. I probably will put a second layer of fiberglass to reinforce these parts. But, yeah, it should float. I've decided on the inside I'm not going to sand this. There's no point. I mean, it's a little, maybe I should. Actually, that is pretty rough. I'm going to sand that down just enough to make it smooth so this stuff isn't catching. And even Monty's paws, yeah, Monty's paws can catch on that. That's pretty rough. But I'm going to leave as much material as I can. As long as it's smooth, I don't care. But look at, yeah, you can see that is the outside world. It is see-through. I'll eventually toughen this up more, but for now, we're going to just have to go see if she floats. Oh, we got a little mess. Oh, Bessie, you gonna float? You gonna float? She floats. Looks good so far. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Okay. We're in the boat. And it's floating. Oh, a goose. Hello, geese. Could we be friends? Oh, monkey. It's just a goose. Hi, I'm going this way, I'm sorry. Well, this is weird. Could you please scoot aside? Oh, thank you. You, sir, are still in the way. Okay, that's better. So, seeing as how I forgot to get a fishing license, this is just going to be a float test. And, she floats. There's no water leaking in. Monty's settled. So that makes me happy. I'll be honest, I was in a pretty unhappy place when I destroyed this boat originally. And now I feel better about everything. It seems to do the job. I strapped it down really hard on the car. It didn't seem to matter. So I suppose I'm just gonna turn around. All I want to do is see if it floats. Now we can go a little further. Alright. So, yeah. The boat floats. That makes her really happy. The SS Good Times is still the SS Good Times. We don't have to worry. I do have some upcoming trips, so this has been just my main focus in my life. The past, since it happened, I've just been like waiting for the day that fiberglass kit came in, and I just, as soon as I got the chance, just fix it up, and this is as fast as I could do it, and it's working. And worst case scenario, even if it gets damaged again, like, I knew it was gonna be fixable. I just wasn't sure, and I'm still not sure about going over, like, let's say the boat's fully loaded down and there's a log across just the top of the water, you know, like right at the top. And I used to just scoot my boat right over the top and it'd be no problem. But now that the hull has been kinked in, I don't know if I trust to have weight on both ends and drag the boat over a log like that, because it might just re-kink, and if that happens, that'd be really upsetting. So I think that's the only difference. It'll be good as new, other than I'll be more skeptical pulling it out of the water over a log like that with it weighted down. So now I guess I need to get out and go do some canoe camping. Yeah, that's the next step. That is going to happen very soon here. I need to catch a fish. I would totally be fishing right now, and this would be a little bit longer. I'd probably stay out until sunset if I had a fishing license. But some ding-dong was too excited to try his boat and forgot to get one. So anyways, I can breathe. Looks like solo spring trip's still on. Trip with Captain Teeny Trout. A couple overnighters here soon. All right, we're back. Oh, anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.